So in this heat, oh whoops, there we go. So in this heat, Vulcan was late to come back. So Vulcan was supposed to start in last, but he's not going to because he was late. So sucks for him. Going through the order though, we're gonna have Bacon, the inside of that front row side, Slaunch behind Bacon, and Opix rounding out the heat order. Remember these heats, just like in Halo 5, when Halo 5 returns in about a week and a half, are ordered by qualifying order. That is what qualifying is used to determine the heat order. But anyways, we are green. Side by side, it looks like Bacon might have had a slow start. Or sorry, Bacon's in the lead. I was looking at Rebel. Rebel must have had a slow start. Opix was side by side with Slaunch, but unfortunately lost that position, and then Rebel came back and then also got some cheese with Opix into the wall. So now Opix is way back and forth, and it's going to take a big recovery out of him to get back in this battle, but we still have a nice three-way battle for the top spot. It's going to be Bacon, Slaunch, and Rebel. Nice to see Rebel make a return after being completely gone from the Champ Series. Him and Blades both. The Rejects teammates were supposed to race in the Champ Series. Neither of them showed up. So it is nice to see Rebel back. So far, so good in heat number 2. A lot of close driving. These drivers seem to be pretty close with each other on the pace. Bacon goes super wide in the long sweeping corner, but then recovers and gets a huge run. No idea where that run came from, but he recovered and got it. I don't know how, but there it is. Close battle for second between Rebel and Slaunch. And then Opix, earlier looked like he was completely out, but honestly, he's not that far out yet. Oh! Although that could have just changed rapidly. Goes over the exit rumble of that chicane, and that's going to be rough for Opix. He's now it probably is over for him in this heat. Still a nice pack though, and that's what I've noticed with this game. The packs, I think, seem to stick a little bit closer for the most part, unless you screw up. I think that's the big thing this game. If you guys aren't used to MCC or Halo 4 or Reach or anything like that, completely different than Halo 5. Halo 5 probably has the easiest recovery from screw-ups out of any Halo game. Do screw-ups still hurt you a ton in Halo 5? Yes, but I still think Halo 5 definitely has the easiest recovery. You know, if you screw up in Halo 5, but you're still the fastest, you can easily come back from it. If you screw up in this game, like bad, like you hit a column on a chicane or something like that, and you're still, like, let's say a second faster than the field, you're not really guaranteed to fight all the way back up to, you know, whatever spot you lost. Mistakes are a lot more costly in this game. That's what I'm trying to get at. And you'll definitely see that throughout not just the heats, probably the semi and the motos as well, that that mistakes tend to hurt people a lot more in this game. Although one thing I am excited for with MCC is, in my opinion, a bigger skill gap. I think this game, Halo 5's skill gap is closing. I gotta admit, everybody's getting pretty used to Halo 5, and that game, you know, HRL in that game is getting extremely competitive on all types of tracks, and it's getting really exciting. Definitely not a bad thing. But MCC, this game is interesting because I think this game has more of a skill gap, in my opinion, than Halo 5. And there's a ton of reasons for that. I'd say the main one is the goose physics. I think the goose physics in this game make it more competitive. I would also say the way the gooses interact with each other makes it more competitive. I think that's the big thing, to be honest. What I'm getting at with that is that the gooses in Halo 5, you can cheese them. You can cheese each other essentially with the gooses in Halo 5. You can, like, completely rail the inside of a corner and gain time off it, because you're going to slam the other person and you're going to steal their momentum. That's the way the Halo 5 physics work, and that's just the way you have to race in Halo 5. That's just the way it is. Speaking of which, we're on the white flag. of this heat, I believe, and Slaunch is making gains, going side by side with Bacon, and this is what I was talking about with the higher skill gap in this game. Bacon's around the outside, but he is running amazingly well, and he's actually not losing that spot to Slaunch just yet. Bacon is still in this battle, and look at that huge run around the outside. They're getting side by side into each other, trying to, oh my god, Tree, trying to compete for this heat win. Bacon hits a column, but Slaunch hits a column right afterwards and goes off an insane two-wheel and off of the exit rumble as well. But then Bacon also lets off for that chicane, which is going to bring Slaunch right back into the battle, coming down into the last final corners. You know, Slaunch is going to be diving it on the inside. There it is. But Bacon's going to have the advantage on this next corner, and he runs Slaunch wide, and it looks like Bacon in his first race back for HRL and MCC is going to take the heat win. Slaunch second, Rebel third, and then Opix coming along in fourth. Pretty good, exciting finish to that heat. So there's Bacon. Bacon hasn't won a heat since, I'm just taking a guess here, I don't know this for a fact, I don't think Bacon's won a heat since either February or March 2015. Look, take that into perspective for a second. It is, oh my god, wow. It is August 21st, 2017 right now, and I think Bacon has not won a heat since March or April 2015. That's ridiculous. I'm going to double check that right now. Halo 5's release date. Sorry, not 2015. It's not that far away. 2016. My bad. Still a long time. That's a year and a half. It's been a year and a half since Bacon's won a heat.